has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke and the mirrors are memories now. The sun's gone down like a river rushing way up above. This ain't no sugar-coated love. I stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me. Stuck in my head when lights go off. You're everything that I could ever want. Your touch so soft. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke and the mirrors are memories now. The sun's gone down like a river rushing way up above. This ain't no sugar-coated love. This ain't no sugar-coated love. You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you. I got you. Don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke and the mirrors are memories now. The sun's gone down like a river rushing way up above. This ain't no sugar-coated love. This ain't no sugar-coated love. I stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me. stuck in my head. When lights go off.
Hi, and welcome to Creator Fundamentals. My name is Dan Currier, and I am here to help you deliver your value through online video. Welcome, everyone, to our weekly live stream. For those of you who may be new to the live stream, we do this every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, which is right now. So if you are new, welcome. If you want to receive future notifications on videos and live streams that can help you deliver your value through online video, consider clicking the subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss a thing. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We have a couple things in YouTube news going on this week that we'll talk about. Also, we'll jump in the chat in just a moment, say hello to everybody. I hope everything is going good for you and your channel. Got a lot of interesting stuff coming up here in 2019. Maybe we'll be able to talk about that a little bit. Something that I'm currently working on, a little side project as well. So we'll get into all that. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. For those of you who continue to come back to the live stream every Wednesday night, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And it's great to hang out with you guys, talk a little YouTube, because we all know outside of the YouTube world, it's kind of difficult to have a conversation, a meaningful conversation with people who don't really understand how the whole YouTube thing works and what we're all trying to accomplish here. So great to spend a little bit of time with you guys and hang out this evening. Going to jump in the chat and say hello to everyone. Let's see who we have out there. Driving Lessons by BMS, hello and welcome to the live stream. Aussie Pigeon YouTube, Limbonatics Vlog. We have Adam's Apple, T and Sharinda, In the Country with Berber, Crazy Yak, Vincente. Yeah, let me not butcher that. Is it Mejilano Jr.? Good to have you in the live stream. Sorry if I don't get the names right. Wilbur, Zugomugo, King Staffa, Ron Lyons. Who else we have in there? Got 5. It's a Rome Thing Every Day. Wizard Wes, Seb S, Fish and Dive, Hawaii. Oh, who else is... Kevin Boston 7 out there. Chris Conkle Vlogs, one of our moderators. Great to see you. Citizen Z TV, Adams Apple. We got the Mr. L, Hastings, BNSF, and Scale Modeler. Can posting a new video negatively impact a previous video from being suggested to viewers? I would say no, probably not. Even though it seems like it a lot, I don't think one video is going to impact the other in that way. Simply Beth is out there as well. Hello to you too. Satisfying ASMR for you. Mutt Nuts Reviews. Johnny Ray's Digital Nomad Lifestyle. Good to see you. Is it Marissa Gaba? Sensational Life. Good to see you as well. Whiskey Throttle out there. Also good to see you again. And let's see, who did I miss here? Luna Reacts, Tintani. My apologies if I didn't get that right. I'm shaking my video I can see here. We'll try not to do that. I swear this desk used to be a lot sturdier, and now all of a sudden, if I just touch it, it shakes the computer. So I don't know. I got to figure out a way to stabilize that a little more. I have the arms that hold the monitors up, and at the moment, I have the webcam on one of the monitors, so it's kind of on a free-floating arm. I think I need to make that a little more stable, get it off the monitor, and put it somewhere where it's not so interested in bouncing all over the place. Let's see. And is it Yohani Trinidad? Edge Vlogs, hello to you. Did we get everybody? Michelle Knits for you. I think Mickey YT. Flash in your pan, hello to you as well. Been an interesting week. YouTube came out with a notice that they were making some changes to the community guidelines strike policy. Those changes take effect on February 25th. I put a video out on it yesterday, I believe. I did a live stream midday to cover that, so you can check that out if you're not familiar with those changes. I think generally speaking, they have a positive net effect on creators. They're basically offering a freebie, so the next time you run into a community guideline violation that would normally result in a strike, you're going to get a warning, and then after that, it's the 1, 2, and 3 strikes, you're out. But really, if you get one community strike and you're not able to make the appropriate changes, then, you know, that's kind of what's you're gonna get what you get, I guess. But you know, obviously, there's always the concern about the stray strikes or the multiple strikes in a row due to some algorithm anomaly. But I guess we'll just have to address those when they come along, and hopefully when the 25th rolls around, this new change to the system is well thought out and well planned and well coded and all that, so it operates the way it should and doesn't give anybody any grief. Kevin Boston 7, can you do a video on how to use the TUBEBUDDY app? All the ones that are out there are now outdated, and the ones from this year are not in English. If you go to the actual TUBEBUDDY YouTube channel, they put out videos all the time on how to use their features. So, I mean, I've certainly done some videos on them, but in the meantime, you can definitely check out youtube.com/TUBEBUDDY to see how to use particular features. Sam Nang Learning, good morning to you as well. Crafty Lady Lisa, Dakota and family, Swamp Picker, good to see you all. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out on the live stream this evening, or whatever time of day it is, wherever you guys are from. If you guys have any questions regarding YouTube or your channel, other than can I get a review, you can tag me, tag Creator Fundamentals, and ask your question so it's easier for me to see, and I'll be happy to answer those. Just going to scroll back here real quick. Is the volume super low? I don't see my volume in here. Is this better? I'll crank up the volume a little bit. Let me know if that is any better for you. I did just crank up the volume. Sensational Life, let me know if that sounds better to you. Hastings, BNSF and Scale Modeler, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Thanks for all your great videos. I've been learning a lot. Awesome. Glad they can help you out, and thank you so much for supporting the channel with the super chat. It does mean a lot to the channel. It is, I know I've talked about it many times before, but one of the things that I'm trying to do on the channel is bring you guys as much helpful information as possible, and one of the ways I do that is traveling to conferences. This year I am doing 2 conferences. I'm going to be doing Vid Summit in October, and I'm doing Social Media Marketing World coming up here in March. And those are very pricey trips. I'm not yet doing this full time, so every dollar is reinvested in Creator Fundamentals to cover stuff like those trips. That trip alone, I think, is about $3,000 between the ticket and the airfare and the hotel stay. So hopefully I'll be able to go out there, get some good information for you guys, and bring it back and share it with you here on the channel. Let's see. So thanks again. I appreciate the super chat. You also took over the Stream Boss. For those of you who are new to the stream and are not familiar with the Stream Boss, lower right-hand corner of your screen, you will now see Hastings BNSF and Scale Modeler. Their channel will now be displayed there for the duration of the live stream unless anybody brings the health bar down to 0. And the way that you do that, for each dollar of super chat that you contribute to the channel, that actually does 10 points of damage to that. Whoever brings the particular Stream Boss down to 0, there I go shaking my computer again, it will remove them and replace them with your channel. So in addition to getting your super chat comment pinned to the top like you see Hastings up there, you also have the ability to become the Stream Boss on the channel. So just a fun thing to add to the super chat process. All right, here. T and Sharinda, still learning how to do my YouTube channel and videos. How can I get more subscribers and viewers. I would definitely recommend you watch a lot of videos on the topic if you're not familiar with it. There's definitely some strategies that I've shared here on the Creator Fundamentals channel on how to get more subscribers. If you just go to the channel and search, click the little magnifying glass and search for subscribers or subs, you'll probably see a few videos there that can give you pointers on how to kind of streamline or enhance the process of getting people to subscribe to your channel. Kevin Boston 7, I missed your Tuesday live stream. So how are active community guideline strikes going to be impacted? Are they going to be taken off or reset? No, I would say I would imagine that your existing community strikes, if you have one, will run their course. Whatever the policy was at the time that you received them. That would be my thought on that. But I haven't seen specifically an answer to that. Adam's Apple, hey Dan, how soon will I get a word from YouTube regarding monetization? I have been under review for almost 3 weeks now. Thanks for answering. So my general understanding, all things equal, it's about 6 weeks turnaround is what I would estimate for them. You know, a month to 6 weeks is probably what the average is for that. So I would, you probably got, very possible you have another 3 weeks to go before you see a response back on that. Kevin Boston, how many subscribers do you think a channel should have before the person behind that you should create a website to go along with that channel? I don't think it has anything to do with subscribers. I think it has to do with what type of channel that you're covering and what purpose your website would serve. If you're trying to grow an audience and you want to be able to communicate with them outside of YouTube and you don't want to be restricted or have the risk of having your entire relationship with your followers be based on a third-party platform, having a website or your own membership system, something to that effect, can certainly help you protect yourself against losing that communication with your subscribers in the event that something happens here on YouTube. So for that reason, I don't think it has to do with a size of your subscriber count, but depends on what type of relationship you want to have and what type of, you know, how you interact with them. Zugamugo, according to Social Blade, I'm projected to reach 1,000 subscribers by 9/25. How accurate is this? It's purely a forecast. So obviously what you do between now and then is heavily going to impact what your subscriber count looks like between here and now. So I wouldn't say that it's a foregone conclusion. I wouldn't say that you're limited by what it says. I usually outpace the projections that Social Blade gives. But it's, you know, it's a general, it's interesting to look at, but it really has no bearing on what you can ultimately achieve. So they're basically just looking at what you've done in the past and trying to calculate that moving forward. King Staffa, I have a YouTube channel. I make great content with high quality and I edit them like a professional. How can I get publicity? I've tried everything like social media. Well, if you're making high quality content, then getting promotion and visibility will take care of itself. Very few creators who have really good content are kept down too long. So I would obviously just share it with people. Make sure that you're doing videos that your community responds to. And word will get out. There's Doug. Welcome, Doug. Good to see you. And late is surely better than never. I had my work cut out for me before the live stream even started. I was on banhammer duty. Let's see. What else we got in there? Okay. CNA and J Farm, life close to nature. Hey, glad to catch you. Always learn so much. Awesome. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us here on the live stream. I appreciate it. T, so is TubeBuddy good for beginners starting out? Yeah, absolutely. And for those of you who are not familiar, TubeBuddy is the #1 browser plugin for managing and growing your YouTube channel. It is available to download for free, and there's a link in the description below, and you can also go to trytubebuddy.today and sign up for a free account. I definitely recommend it to people that are just starting out on YouTube. It gives you a good idea of some of the features that they offer and how to implement those into your workflow on a daily basis. So I definitely recommend TubeBuddy for everybody. You stick with the free account when you first sign up, get familiar with what they have to offer, and then when you're ready, you have the ability to upgrade to one of the paid tiers and get access to some additional features as you progress on YouTube. Mickey YT, I'm a small Fortnite channel and I make montages sometimes, and my audience likes the copyrighted famine songs, and the new update will have a big impact, I suppose. Any tips? I mean, the only tip I can really provide you is not to use copyrighted content or to get permission for any content that you do use. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. Whoever owns the copyright makes the rules on how their copyrighted content can be used. You know, so it's theirs, they own it. So if they have a policy that allows people to use it, you know, it can kind of go a bunch of different ways. They can request that you take it down. They can request that you take it down and give you a strike. Some copyright owners allow other people to use their copyrighted material, but then they collect the revenue from the videos if they're monetized. So it really depends on who owns the copyright, whether you've explicitly received permission to use the content, and what their actual policy is for other people using their copyrighted content. So, Mutnuts Reviews, I gave your channel a shout out in my video today, was asked a question of who are some of my favorite YouTubers. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'm able to share an occasional informative video. All right, let's see here. Trying to get through those. Okay. New Life Married Again. Welcome to the live stream. And Thinking How. Let's see. Is it safe? Is what safe? Is that a TubeBuddy question? Every once in a while, I get somebody who expresses concern about TubeBuddy. I don't know if because of how the permissions work on YouTube or what's involved, but yes, I definitely think TubeBuddy is safe to use on your YouTube channel, if that was what that was in reference to. Ron Lyons, hey, Creative Fundamentals, what platform do you use for live streaming? I recently invested in Webinar Jam. I live stream using OBS Studio software directly to YouTube. So I am, that is all I am using to stream. I don't multi-stream anywhere, just on YouTube. I'm not actually familiar with Webinar Jam. I'll have to look into that. But I just schedule events on YouTube, and then I use OBS Studio to do the live streams. Yeah, because I think the API permission thing it says something like, oh, they can control and edit and delete all your videos, and people are like, I don't want them to delete my videos, but the reality is they don't. It's just to be able to use their features, which would all be controlled by you. They need to have that level of permissions, and I think it's probably YouTube's wording on how those permissions work. I used to be... Oh, where did that go? Okay, there we go. I used to be unboxings by Bunny Mom, and you did a review of my channel a few months ago, and I took all that you told me to do and put it in work, and my channel is growing. Awesome. Great to hear. I appreciate that kind of feedback. It's always nice to hear that this stuff is working for people. In fact, that's why I share it. That's why I started Creator Fundamentals, is because I saw that it worked for me, and I'm like, other people should probably know this. And it's good to hear those stories that that you are seeing the benefits of following some fundamental practices here. All right. Is it Ehab James? Hi, Creative Fundamentals. How can I rank better worldwide? Most of my videos are from the US and Australia. I'm in Canada. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, that's the case. I guess it depends if your videos are in English. I think that kind of makes sense that you're getting the majority of your traffic from the US, Australia, and Canada. Man, that thing is just shaking horrible today. I don't know why that's so wobbly. Got to keep my elbow off the desk because it just wants to shake the entire camera. Ron Lyons, how long have you been creating on YouTube? Seriously. So April 2017 is when I quote unquote decided to get serious on YouTube on my other channel, The Average Dan. So from April, May, June, for 3 months, I started doing that on The Average Dan. I was like, hey, this stuff actually works. Started to try to share that with other people in the YouTube communities that I was a part of. And having the how-to channel that I did on The Average Dan wasn't really a good platform to share that kind of information. And I decided to create a channel focused on it and really dive in and learn all the best practices that actually work, you know, without the shortcuts and the hidden hacks and all that other stuff that people like to market as ways to grow on YouTube. But the reality is the best way to grow on YouTube is to establish a set of fundamental practices and be consistent and persistent and patient and grow over time. That's not to say that there aren't people that have, you know, explosions because of a video, that kind of thing, but what I found is to have the most stable, long-term approach to growing a business here on YouTube. That's the way to go. So Creative Fundamentals was started in June 2017. So we just passed the 18-month mark here on the channel. Let's see, what are we now? Yeah, so it is February, March, April, May, June. So we have 4 more months until we reach the 2-year mark. And we are about, I think we're like at 24,600 something subscribers. So growing pretty well, and you know, continuing to try to expand that and bring this information to a wider audience. So thinking how, let's see, does uploading in a bulk matters or uploading once a week? Which one is more better? I don't think either one of those has any bearing. It has to do with how consistent you are on a schedule. Like I probably wouldn't upload a bunch of videos at once and make them all public if you're not going to upload videos on a regular basis that way. You can upload videos together and then space them out and release them on a set schedule. You can certainly do that, but I don't necessarily believe that one is any better than the other. Ron Lyons, how funny, I did the same exact thing with my first channel, Do Life Healthier, and then started this new one to help others get the same traction. Absolutely. The sad thing is once I dug into this channel, I kind of abandoned the other channel a little bit, and I need to get back to it and start making content on a regular basis because it's been kind of neglected. But eventually here, I have a video that I need to make for it. I have the footage for it. I just got to edit it. Well, thanks, Ron. I appreciate it. Blue Collar, how is it going? Good to see you on the live stream. Hey, Joe. Welcome to the live stream. All right, here. Make sure I didn't miss any questions. Again, if you just joined the live stream and you have any questions, just tag at Creative Fundamentals and list your questions so it's easier for me to find them in this chat that is always a joy to try to scroll through because it's like the worst scroll ever. And I will also change that to live chat, although let's see, make sure everything's in order there. Apex, or do tags even help, or do anything anymore? YouTube has come out on a number of occasions and explained that tags are not the most important thing, and I certainly don't spend a ton of time on tags. In fact, I probably spend about 5 minutes on tags, but I've gotten pretty good at using the software I use to collect my tags. The reason that tags or keyword research is important is because essentially your title, which is extremely important, is all based on that process of keyword research and finding a keyword phrase that people are interested in and that can get you to show up in search. And I'm actually working on a video right now. I was working on a video just before the live stream started that I'm hopefully going to release tomorrow or maybe the next day. We'll see when that actually goes out, but all about the differences of search and suggested and which one I think is actually better. All right. Is Premiere is better than publish while uploading? I actually never publish when I upload. I always upload as unlisted. And then I go in and I add all the appropriate metadata and end screens and all of that and a custom thumbnail, and then I set it to public. So I never upload straight to public. All right, let's see. Johnny Ray's Digital Nomad Lifestyle. Is there any way to see how many people have turned on the notification bell? Unfortunately, to my knowledge, no, there is not. I think that would be a really helpful feature, but as far as I know, that information is not available. Fundamental, how long has YouTube taken to review a channel? My understanding is that it's around 6 weeks right now to get a response on a channel that's come up for review for the YouTube Partner Program. So, I mean, there may be some shorter cases, some longer cases, but I would expect about 6 weeks. Someone mentioned that once you have been creating consistently for 4 months with good retention and views, etc., that something happens and you start getting more YouTuber recommended. I don't think it has anything to do with 4 months specifically. I think it happens at different times for different channels. So I don't know that I agree with the whole 4-month thing, but I definitely believe that the more consistent you are over a longer period of time, you greatly enhance your ability to start picking up some traction. Yeah, and Doug says unlisted or scheduled for him. What I typically do is I put up everything as unlisted, and then if I'm going to schedule a video, I just use TubeBuddy to schedule it. That's just how my workflow goes. Joseph Andrews, I'm trying to get into suggested more. One of my 2019 goals. I think search or suggested depends on what content you're putting out. So I'm actually going to share with you guys something that I am trying. And if you look at the traffic sources for YouTube, and you actually look at their definition of traffic sources. Traffic sources from within YouTube, suggested video. When you read the description of suggested video, the current description, it says traffic from suggestions that appear next to or after other videos and from links in video descriptions. And that's an interesting statement, that suggested video result in traffic from links in video descriptions. So in theory, or the question should be asked, what happens if you put a block of links to all your other videos in your upload defaults so that each time you upload a video, you are also sharing links to a bunch of other videos? If then, do people, when people go to your descriptions and click on those links, do those register as suggested traffic? And does suggested traffic in any way breed other suggested traffic? It's an interesting thought. So if you're able to suggest traffic to yourself, does that in any way improve your ability to increase suggested traffic across the board. The other thing I think that is interesting to consider is that I believe, like, people get caught up on click-through rates and things like that, but the other thing to look at is how your click-through rates compare based on how people, on what traffic source that they come from. You can see vastly different click-through rates from thumbnails that appeared in search versus suggested versus browse. That's also something to take a look at. Is it Ashat? Ashat X? I probably butchered that. I apologize, but welcome to the live stream. All right, here. Let's see. Apezor, do you know that you can rank first in search no matter what if you copy and paste the title to the top of the description? It's not exactly that easy, but restating your title in your description certainly helps. Doug says, wouldn't that be channel traffic and not suggested? That's an interesting question. So the other thing to think about is, what if you got together with other YouTubers and you shared each other's links in descriptions of all your videos? Could you create kind of a cluster there that helps suggest each other's videos? All right. Johnny Rays, just saw where I'm getting most of my traffic from Reddit. So my question is, where do you get your most traffic from? Do you engage with people on Reddit? I do not get any traffic from Reddit, that's for sure. I actually get the majority of my traffic from search. And again, that's what the video is. That's what the video is about that I'm working on. Shug L. Boog. Hey, Dan, I just found your channel a couple of days ago. I just want to say thanks for the knowledge. Well, thank you so much for watching the videos and coming to hang out with us on the live stream. Great to have you. Muttnuts Reviews. What are some good places to get free, non-copyright, free music? I mean, YouTube. The definition of good is kind of the magic thing there. So, with any of the paid tiers of TubeBuddy, you get access to some additional free music. YouTube has its own library. The challenge is the combination of free and good music. They tend not to intersect too much. I mean, like I said, there's definitely music on YouTube that you can use for free, but I ultimately use Epidemic Sound, and that does cost, that's $15 a month, I think, something like that. But yeah, I mean, it just kind of depends on what you want to use. And if you do use music from somebody that claims it's free, you got to make sure that there is a process by which you can address copyright claims if you do get a claim, because sometimes you do get claims from on music that is actually supposed to be copyright or, you know, royalty-free music. Ron Lines, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Love this. You're an inspiration. Great to have you in the live stream. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It does mean a lot. It does go to good use. I do reinvest it all in the channel. So thank you so much for that. Now, I believe when that updates, that should hit the stream boss in the lower right-hand corner and replace Hastings as the new stream boss. Got 5. How much do you get paid? From whom, I guess, is the question. So one of the things that I share with people here on YouTube is the importance of trying to diversify your revenue streams as much as possible. If you're looking at like ad revenue, it's probably, I mean, it varies. Probably the last ad revenue I check I got was around $500. But I also I try to create as many revenue streams as possible, so I'm not just dependent on ad revenue. And Doug said, YouTube music library is getting much better. Yeah, I feel like they updated it a while back. I feel like I just inhaled a cat hair. Oh. They like to come in here and make themselves at home. All right. Milk My Dragon. Hello, found your video, and they've been very helpful. Wanting to start a channel for the first time. I want to use this as my username, but people say it sounds too rude. It does sound kind of perhaps not appropriate if it's intended to mean what I think it's intended to mean. So I probably wouldn't go there if you're trying to grow a channel on YouTube. I don't know what your channel is going to be about, but I'm assuming it's not going to be about that. So there may be some opportunity there to come up with a different name. Let's see. Luckily, each word on its own is, you know, not harmful, so it's not likely to be demonetized, but the implications are certainly not ad-friendly. All right, let's see. We have at least one vote against the YouTube music library. Shug El Boog. I'm probably butchering that too. I do most of my videos from my iPhone. My question is, do you know what's a good app to use for editing? I mean, depending on what type of, let's see, you said iPhone. So iMovie is certainly the best free option, I would say. If you want to pay for an app, KineMaster is a good layered video editor. They do have a free version, but then they plaster their watermark on it. But you can pay, I think, a monthly fee to get it without that on it. So it all depends. That is a fairly feature-rich video editor on iPhone. But iMovie's pretty good too. I mean, you can make decent movies with iMovie. Christo Beats. Hi, Dan. I'm a beat maker. I was wondering if it is smart to invest in AdWords or just keep uploading consistent. I'm almost at 100K views. Thanks in advance. I think my personal preference is organic growth. I would never use advertising as a way to grow your channel. Advertising should be used when you make a video specifically for the purpose of trying to sell something. You know, so it's like a lead magnet, or, you know, you're drawing people into the opportunity to purchase something. Then you might look at the idea of actually promoting that video to drive sales. But for growth, I wouldn't invest any money. Doug Houston says KineMaster or LumaFusion. I've never heard of LumaFusion, so. Yum Food. Hey, Dan, what's up? Just dropping by to say what's up. Can't stay super busy tonight. Have a great night, everyone. Good to see you. Thanks for coming and hanging out. All right. Oh, Johnny Ray says I use Zoom and feed it into the source, into OBS. Yeah, that's definitely good if you're bringing guests on a live stream. And let's see, am I caught up? Sarb says Luma Fusion is amazing. I highly recommend it. I'm going to have to look at that. I've never heard of it. But we have a couple votes for it, so we'll have to see what that's all about. Okay, all right. Top world present. I have 2 copyright strikes, but the monetization criteria is full. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get monetized with copyright strikes. I think you'd have to wait till those fall off and then reapply. Or request a new review. Alrighty here, and all right. Gonna mix it up and start a little bit early tonight on the channel reviews. Maybe end the stream a little early too. We'll see how that goes. But if you are interested in a channel review, go ahead and tag Creator Fundamentals and list your channel name. Make sure you're logged in as the channel that you want reviewed, because I'm not going to go hunting down some other channel, because a lot of times that's way too hard to figure out, and I usually just hit the 3 dots next to your name to view your channel. So definitely get those requests in now. Tag Creator Fundamentals and list your name, and we will grab some channels from those requests. We may not be able to get to all the requests. If you do want to guarantee a request, you can support the channel with Super Chat, and that will pop you to the top of the line of the review queue. Otherwise, you can hang out and hopefully get into the free ones. We always get some free ones in there during the live stream, so it is completely up to you. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, all right. Driving lessons by BMS. How is it going? All right, we got. Okay. And if I have previously reviewed your channel in a live stream, be sure to tell me what you've changed since the last live stream, or otherwise it doesn't make a lot of sense to review your channel again. So if you've changed something, it can definitely get you in the list, but I don't want to keep bringing up the same channel if everything on your channel is the same. So definitely let me know. Rev Kev, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I will pop you to the front of the queue here. All right. And trying to create this list. And where we go? We were here somewhere. Okay, that one. Cool. All right. All right. And put that one right there. Definitely that one. Okay. Imperial. See what you got here. All right. Bear with me while I get these tabs all opened here. Quite a few. All right. Yeah, definitely pay attention to other people's channel reviews because a lot of the stuff is transferable to any channel. All right, here. We'll see. Okay. Almost there. All right, and I think this is, oh, no. One more here. That one. Well, it's a good thing I started early because there's quite a few here. I'm sure people will show up later on and and ask for them. All right, come on. This shouldn't have to click twice. All right, so just so we know, there are all right, so there are 16 channels to review. I'm going to get to as many of them as I can. Like I said, if you want to get yourself to the front of the list, you can certainly do that with Super Chat, but that's the only way I can guarantee that you'll definitely get the review tonight. Just because we only have so much time. All right, and what I do want to know is, let's see, who we had. And okay. I get these in the right order now. Oops. And bear with me for just a second. We will kick this off. Oh, don't do that. Oh, that scared me. All the tabs on my browser went went black after I opened all 16 channels. So, all right, let's get started on this while we can here. Let's see, make sure everything is framed right, which I think I tweaked this earlier, so now it's all messed up here. And okay, that looks good. That looks good. Put that in there. All right, I think that should work. All right, so the first channel up that we're going to take a look at is Ron Lyons. All right, creators accelerate your YouTube. Ron Lyons putting creators in the driver's seat. Free YouTube beginner's guide. Generally speaking, I feel like you got a lot going on up here in the channel art. I get what you're trying to do. But I feel like there's some repetition here. We have the creators accelerate your YouTube, and then we have accelerate your YouTube again. Then Ron Lyons putting creators in the driver's seat, and then you're just one video away. I feel like you got a bunch of taglines going on here, and it's just kind of overcomplicated. Also curious here. Let's see what you look like on mobile here real quick. See how that fits. Ron Lyons. Sure I got the right one. So pretty much everything on your channel art fits on mobile. The one thing I would say, though, is that your free YouTube beginner's guide is kind of overlapping a little bit, so you can kind of see the beginnings of the lettering. So you kind of see FR next to your head for some reason. So you may want to just kind of shift that over to the right a little bit to get that off, to get it from cutting in on the mobile version. So I feel like you have an opportunity to kind of streamline this. I would almost consider getting rid of all this stuff here. Let's see. So if you got rid of this and moved this to the center and maybe made it bigger, being your logo there, and maybe put Ron Lyons below it, push that over a little bit so it gets out of the mobile version. I think that would probably look better, because you have the accelerate your YouTube there. You don't. It's kind of repetitive to do it accelerate, and you could probably do without the extra. You pretty much have like 3 different taglines here. Accelerate your YouTube, you're just one video away, and putting creators in the driver's seat. So I would think decide which one of those is strongest for you, and run with it and try to minimize what you got going on there. Hello, creators. Welcome to my channel, Ron Lyons. Start a creator accelerator for one purpose: to help other creators accelerate their channels. Number one problem that creators face today is getting their message heard. Let's see. So what I like to do in the About section is to lead with the type of content that you're going to make. Like, you're explaining why you why you're doing this, but I think you should explicitly state what the specific type of content that people will find on your channel. Let's see. Absolutely. Dozens. Yeah, I would try to get to the specifics of what, like, you say your channel's helping them, but you don't identify specifically what, how you're going to help them do that. And if it is in there, you can probably kind of streamline that and get it to the top. So let's see here. We've got I mean, I think these thumbnails, rank your videos, they're definitely different and they're consistent. Not a big fan of the, is that, I'm assuming that's not actually on your shirt, is it? Like, it's hard to tell. I see this here and that there. I'm assuming you're just putting that there for branding purposes. I would probably, if you're going to do that entire thing, I would probably kind of tweak that for use on your thumbnails. Maybe just use the dial as the branding and throw that in the lower left-hand corner. Actually, because you are in your channel art and your icon, you might just get away with using a more zoomed-in image of yourself for the branding on the thumbnails and not have to put that logo in there like that. So the other thing, while you're growing your channel, I would probably try to keep everybody focused on YouTube rather than I can only imagine that we are trying to build an email list with this free beginner's guide. But I would probably try to spend a little bit more time growing the channel before I was sending people to a bunch of different social media locations and your mailing list magnet there. So I would suggest switching that, getting rid of all those, and just doing a subscribe link. What we got for playlists here? I know you're just kind of starting out this channel, so yeah, I feel like you have some, like you're using some of the similar colors here. You get into yellows down here. You got the little flag in your background there, not so much up there. Kind of tweak all those a little bit more to get those in line with each other. But on your home page, as you continue to get more content, obviously we want to get that displayed on the home screen. Just from a presentation standpoint, it's a little confusing to have your channel start out, like to have all these testimonials here ahead of all the content that you're building on the channel. I know you said you had a different channel and you started this one, but I think it's kind of it comes across a little confusing where there's more testimonials than videos on your channel. But hey, if it works for you, then run with it. All right. So yeah, I would make some tweaks to your channel art. Probably make that a lot less cluttered. Clean that up a little bit. Get it off to the side, and go from there. All right. All right, the next channel up is Rev Kev. So we have what appear to be coffee beans in the channel art. Go to the About section. Everyone can use a lift. I hope to inspire as I live out my faith with my awesome family. Leadership tips, blogging. So I would start with that. Leadership tips, blogging, and just sharing of my life, faith, and pop culture. Let's see what you're actually doing. Videos. Star Wars, Legion, live painting, live streaming, Spider-Man. So the one, I mean, generally speaking, with this type of channel where you're kind of just making content kind of about anything. Like, I'm not really sure what these are. Nitpicks Rogue One. From a growth perspective, again, these types of channels, you can certainly make a channel and do any kind of content that you want. If you're trying to focus on like accelerating your growth, then you kind of want to pick a specific theme or niche for your channel and try to focus in and try to avoid straying from that niche and making videos on that topic. With this scenario, the only commonality between the different types of videos that you're making is you, and generally speaking, it takes a lot longer to grow a channel that's just simply personality centric versus the actual content that you're sharing. So, you know, it can happen eventually, but it just tends to take longer because it's hard for people to subscribe to the channel and keep coming back for content when the videos are kind of on a variety of topics. Okay. All right. We did. No, we did. Thank you so much for Ace Truck King for the super chat. Sounds good. Would love your opinion on my channel. All right. So next channel up is Truck King, aka Trucking. All right, Ace Trucking. Cool looking channel art there. I like the little play on words. And about section, I'm assuming this is a trucking centric channel. As a digital media arts major and recent CDL student myself, I built this channel to help other future CDL students pass their road test. Pretty straight to the point. All right, here. So I'm definitely seeing a lot of, let's see, on the road with my student. Okay. Live with Ernesto, live on the road with Jason. I assume those are actually, you're actually having instructional things. So I would probably, let me see what you got going on here for. This seems like a channel that could really benefit from some search targeted how-to videos. I feel like rather than just, let's see, upshift and downshift, I would look for the actual way people are searching for these videos. In terms of keyword phrases people are actually entering into YouTube, and then I would try to focus the video on that particular keyword phrase and target people as much as possible. Like, just looking at the way that you're wording these, I'm curious if anybody's actually searching for 2009 upshifting, downshifting. I would try to, it looks like you're doing a lot of these videos just recording when you're working with students, but actually making, targeting that video towards specific keyword phrases that people are looking for may help you get some more traffic that way. And semi-truck shifting gears. Class A. Yeah, like videos like this, how to perform a Class A CDL trip inspection. I don't know if that's an actual keyword phrase, but doing some how-to specific videos on the content might help you as well. And I feel like there's a little bit of disconnect between your branding and your channel art and what you got going on here in the icon. And not seeing a lot of continuity between your thumbnail designs here. Can't really tell that these thumbnails are all coming from the same channel. I mean, I don't know what the long-term goal is for your particular channel and what you're hoping to grow here on YouTube. But if you're looking to identify yourself as a brand that teaches instructional material, having some consistency in the way these are done so that people can recognize them as being part of your channel can be helpful to you. Okay. All right, so the next channel up is Yum Food. I'm liking how this channel is looking. You said you redid the thumbnails, and I'm digging the thumbnails. They're nice, and like I said, they really let the food do the talking. I think those look great. Minimal text, easy to read. I like those. Those look pretty sharp. And there's a good example of getting that branding throughout the entire channel. We've got your Yum Food up here. And here and here. Looks like a little bit different font going on between your Yum Food logo up here and down here. I'm not sure why you chose this font for this Yum Food and not the font that's being used down here. I'd probably would want to be consistent in that font choice just to really get those associated with you. But the colors look the same. I feel like you used to have a logo that was that font, but maybe I'm wrong. Otherwise, it looks really sharp. Best part of cooking, seeing people enjoy it. Now, the first time I read this and the second time I read this, every time I see this, I expect your videos to show people eating food, because that's kind of what that first line implies, like you're going to see people enjoying the eating of food. And I know this is that you're just doing the prep here, so I might word that a little bit different. Kind of lead with what you're actually making the content about, and then get into some of the extra stuff like that. And as you continue to get more content on here, again, make your own playlist for the uploads, and then continue to list your playlists out here on your page. Hello, Texoma Road Trippers. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, I have to adjust my seat here. All right. And All right, so next channel up is Mutt Nuts Reviews. So we got Mail Haul, posts on Sundays. Not sure what a Mail Haul is. Q&A videos, post on Wednesdays. Product reviews and unboxings, posts when have items to review or unbox. So I think there's too much detail. Like I probably wouldn't include that you will do unboxings when you have something to unbox. I would probably just leave that off. If anything, let's see here. All about where and how I get free product samples and freebies to try and test out. Okay, so now that makes sense what the mail haul is. I assume that's going to be unpackaging and opening stuff that you've received free. Okay. Q&As on Wednesdays. Yeah, see, I would probably opt to replace all of this text with something to the effect of how to get free product samples and freebies, and just leave it at that. I know people talk about the importance of the schedule and sharing that schedule if you have it, but at this point I think there's just way too much text going on up there, and it'd probably be a greater benefit to your audience to actually identify what your videos are about in a more concise way than having so many words up there. So I would probably change that to either say free product samples and freebies, or how to get free product samples and freebies, something to that effect, and kind of eliminate a lot of that text. And then again, a little bit of disconnect between your branding up here and the icon that you have there, and then not seeing a whole lot of branding going on across your videos. Obviously in these, you're in the video, so you may want to consider including yourself in your icon as well. And then as you continue to make more content, you can list it out on your main page. Thanks for liking the video. As you get these other ones out to 5 videos, you can display those on your home page. All right, so the next one up is Sarb. I say Johal or Johal. I don't want to mispronounce that, but in any case, let's see, photographer and psychologist. Interesting combination. Thanks for dropping by. Channel is full of travel, chat, videos, time lapses, and some of my award-winning photography. All right, travel, chat, videos, time lapses. Let's look at your content here. All right, so there are certain types of content where I think it's more beneficial to accentuate the imagery than it is to add text to your thumbnails. This is a case where I think you are detracting from the images on your thumbnails by adding all this text. Your title is always going to appear with your thumbnail, so there's really no need to include anything that's already in your title on your thumbnail. So you could take advantage and get rid of all of this text and really allow people to appreciate the image that you're sharing. I think that works for this. It would certainly work for this. I think it could work here too, depending on how you crop that image. Here again, you're in the image. I would probably try to include yourself in your channel art to, you know, towards that branding, so you don't have to put the red box in there. Also, I think there's an opportunity to tweak the color scheme you have up here. The yellow and the red, I don't know that those are too strong together. They kind of get muddy with each other and are not particularly pleasant to the eye. And I think, like, for this, you could get by with just doing your name in the same type of font that you're using up here as branding if you wanted to, rather than putting a box up there. And then again, just way too much text in a lot of these pictures. So I would try to focus on the image. You mentioned that you're a photographer, so I would try to tell the story with the camera and not by putting font, you know, typing over your actual images. Take a captivating picture, maybe punch it up a little bit, give it a little extra contrast so it kind of pops, and use that as a means of getting people to check out your videos. And then as you continue to make more videos, get those listed out on your channel page there. Like here you have 20 videos in there. You might be able to break that out into some other playlists and get some more content displayed here. If you go into your page, you may have a customize button up here. Click that, and at the bottom you'll have an add section button. Click that, and you can add horizontal playlists and allow people to see more of your content when they come to visit your channel. Let's Play RC. How's it going? Welcome to the live stream. Hey, Grant, welcome to the live stream as well. Glad you could make it. All right, so the next channel up is Hastings, BNSF and N Scale Modeler. All right, so we've got Hastings, BNSF, N Scale Modeler. We have BNSF up top here. And we are doing model trains and N Scale. Beginner modeler and rail enthusiast sharing his hobby of building and modeling an N-scale model train layout. Pretty straightforward and to the point. Check out videos. I'm going to be honest, not in love with that color scheme. I don't think those colors work well with each other. Red is a really hard color to use. And it can be... with certain colors, it just looks abrasive. Again, I think this is another case where you can take advantage of the photography, do some nice close-up shots of the stuff that you're building here, rather than reiterating your title over top of your images. Try to use the photo as much as possible and only put text on there if you have to. Don't feel like you need to put text on every thumbnail. It's okay for them to just have a captivating picture. Playlists, weathering, airbrush model, okay. And bunch of playlists going on. See what we got going on here. We got your playlists. I would probably try to go a little more in depth in your description and not simply reiterate the title. Whenever possible, if you can make playlists that actually have a searchable title that could show up in search results, that's an opportunity for you as well. And then I'd try to get more of your playlist listed and not just a list of playlists like this is here, because you really can't see the content. You can have quite a few of these horizontal playlists out here, so I would try to get as many as possible so people can see everything you have to offer. right. Okay. Oh, motoring through here. We still got quite a few to look at. Again, if you just joined the live stream late and you're interested in getting a channel review, we pretty much have the list squared away now. Anybody who wants to contribute super chat can get bumped to the front of the list. Otherwise, we're pretty much. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still have 10 more channels in the queue, so that's where we stand right now. All right, so the next channel up is Imperial Brick Productions. So judging by what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing Lego and Star Wars, and that seems to be what we get going on here. I am just completely curious now. This is a live stream assembling a Lego set. All right. What's a typical video look like? Are these all live streams? Streamed? Are they all? Oh, wait, I'm confused here. 729. Are those both videos of the same? All right, here, let's see. It's apparently an audio conversation on Google. All right. Building Mimbom. See what we got going on in here. I'm not really sure if these are all the same set or what that is. Hanging out live. I feel like you have a lot of opportunity here to expand on the content that way you're doing it. You could do like time lapses and things to actually show builds. In any event, let's see what you got. Imperial Brick Productions. I have a passion for Lego, building Star Wars. I make mock series. I don't know what mock means. States and I hope to see you there, fellow Imperials. All right. Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, in turn, you're going to run into some challenges if you're trying to grow the channel just with the use of other. I'm assuming there's other people's imagery, using Lego and Star Wars as what you got going on here for branding. You might want to come up with something that is unique to you. And that you can include in your channel art, your icon, and your thumbnails here. And then think of some other ways that you can share the Star Wars Lego theme with your audience. All right, so I just want to bring up this channel real quick. Duplex Gaming. First of all, you need channel art. You don't have a channel art up there. And I think, generally speaking, with a gaming channel like this, you really need to think about ways how you can make your gaming channel different from other gaming channels and not just do like streams or recordings of you playing the game. I don't know particularly what your content is about, but I would try to focus on, in this case, I'm seeing, it looks like mostly, is this all Fortnite? Looks pretty much, oh, there's GTA. I would try to include some informational or instructional how-to videos, show people how to do things in the games rather than simply showing you playing the game. And instead of focusing on trying to grow your subscriber count, try to focus on how you can deliver value to the audience rather than trying to get something from the audience. The more you're able to provide value to the people who are watching your videos, the more easily you will grow. And you won't have to ask people for it. You won't have to focus on it. It will just happen because when you provide something that people are looking for, they're going to want more of it. They're going to subscribe to your channel and follow you and support your future videos. All right, next channel up is, let's see, let me just jump in here real quick. Making sure. Where was that? I just saw it and scrolled off my screen. I cannot figure out how to order the playlists. Once you put a horizontal playlist there, on the far right-hand corner, upper right-hand corner, there's a little arrow that appears when you hover over it. You can just click on that, and it'll be an up arrow, and it'll move it up one spot at a time when you do that. All right, who we got next? All right, so the next channel is How To in Under 2. So when I see, I feel like you got some cool looking font going on that's cut off. So I don't know if this is intentionally done this way or whether it was an image that just wasn't designed to fit in the channel art space on YouTube. But I feel like looking at the design of your thumbnails down here, that the font choice you're using up here is different than what you have in your actual thumbnails. Let's see here. Just because you have the serif font up here and a nice blockier sans serif in your thumbnails. Let's look at your videos here. Very consistent with the thumbnail design, although I would try to keep your font out of the lower right hand corner so it's not obscured by the timestamp. All right, we put our intro at the end. Now, is it still an intro if it's at the end? Things that make you go, All right, so let's see what an actual... So you definitely seem to have good quality production value. I still feel like you could tweak that to kind of match what you're doing in the thumbnails. Also, you seem to be a very integral part of your videos. I would probably consider trying to get you up here in the channel art as well to kind of identify you as part of the brand. If you're trying to grow on YouTube, again, try to keep your stuff here focused on YouTube instead of Instagram. How many videos we have here? Videos, video. Save a GIF on save a GIF iPhone. So I'm a little episode 1, episode 2. So you could, I mean, you can probably do without listing. I mean, if you want to keep episode information for your own personal reference, you could do that, but I really don't think you need to do that with, you don't need to include your channel name in your title, and you don't need to include episode information because it's, I don't think your content is like a sequential type content, so to include the actual episode in the title is probably not necessary. And then, like I said, trying to really incorporate the brand that you've created and the style that you have in your videos into your channel art, more so than what you have here, because I feel like that gets, like, that channel art does not match the production quality that's inside the videos. And I think you have an opportunity there to capture more people's attention with better channel art, you know, to really get them to understand that there's good quality in the videos themselves. So I would probably focus on tweaking that to kind of raise it to the level of what you got going on in the videos. All right. Okay. Still more channels to review. Okay. Next channel up. Wizard Wes, you are now here. All right, not really sure what's going on here. We've got a trail that either starts and ends in Florida and seems to go to Alaska or vice versa. About, no about section. Definitely need to get yourself an about section. Playlists, everything's in a single playlist. You need to split that into multiple playlists. No idea what this channel art is trying to communicate. See cross-country bicycle trip. Cross-country bicycle. Let's look at your actual videos. Bicycle. No idea how this channel art has anything to do with a bicycle. So I would probably try to, you know, provide something up there that gives an indication that you're doing, that this is in fact about bicycling. I don't know if this is like one singular trip that you're sharing the entire process with here. If this is one continuous trip, rather than doing cross-country bicycle trip and then an episode number, I would try to identify where you are in that bicycle trip. You know, if you're going to do cross-country bicycle trip, you know, maybe it's, you know, name the city or something nearby, like where you are in the process, rather than just episodes, and give people a little bit more, kind of like a subtitle to the trip to give some context to what the actual episode's going to be about. And you really don't need to include the episode information on your thumbnail because you have it over here. And I would definitely try to organize these into multiple playlists and get them displayed here rather than everything being in a single playlist. All right, next channel up, The Helpful Entrepreneur, helping entrepreneurs grow. My first impression is that channel art feels really busy. Also, your icon doesn't look like it's really formatted to fit in the icon. Your letters are kind of cut off, so that's probably something I would try to tweak. You're consistent in getting your logo into all of your branding. How to get started as an entrepreneur, business startup explained, how to create business systems. I don't really think you need to make your tips sequential like this. I think you'd be better served to just focus on a searchable keyword phrase on your videos. Welcome, I'm Rick, and I love helping entrepreneurs grow. I've been an entrepreneur for over 3 decades, which has allowed me to always have my freedom. I've never had a career with a company, and I love creating businesses. I've had extremely successful companies. While some of my businesses have failed, currently own a number of different businesses that I've either started myself or co-founded with other entrepreneurs. Again, my thought on your description is that you really need to lead with the type of content that you're going to share and then dive into your backstory. It's a lot of times it's always the welcome and then you start into your story. But when your channel gets shared places, sometimes you'll see the description as a preview, and you really want to get right to the core of the type of content that the channel is going to share in the first couple sentences, and then share the rest of this stuff. Looks like you just started a couple weeks ago, so welcome to the platform, or good job on starting a new channel if you have other ones. I feel like, let's see how you're actually, all right, so you're in your videos. Okay. I think you have an opportunity here to improve upon your branding. You know, maybe use your logo and yourself in your branding to show people, hey, this is the person behind the brand. Make your face as part of the brand to really add a personal touch to it. I think this is just a little too busy right here. If you wanted to try something like this, I would probably add some transparency or tone down these words a lot. So it was kind of like a watermark in the background. Right now, it's just competing with your logo a lot. So that would be a suggestion. Also, like I said, make these more focused on the tips that you're sharing, or rather than them being mostly your logo, which is what you're working with now. And then, breathe some personality into them and your channel art and your brand in general by including yourself in the mix in that branding. Rock River Rider, I do my own design. Not that I'm particularly good at it, but I use a software called GIMP, which is kind of a free Photoshop version, which is ironic because I have the entire Adobe suite, and I have Photoshop, but I've just been used to using GIMP, so I don't use Photoshop. So I try to create my own stuff. I haven't really requested a service from anybody in quite a while. But I mean that there's certain we're all on YouTube, and there's so much information on YouTube. If you want to know how to do, basic principles of design or how to design channel art, there's so much free information available on the platform. You can just do a search and find what you're looking for. Like I did a logo for my father once, and I wanted it to look like it was engraved into wood. And I just went on YouTube and I found a YouTube channel. I believe it was Logos by Nick. And they had a tutorial on exactly how to do it in GIMP. And I was able to figure it out in a short amount of time. So all the information's out there. You just got to go look for it and find what it is that you're trying to do and make it happen. All right, here. All right, so next channel up is, now is this pronounced, is it Shugelbug? Is that how I'm supposed to pronounce it? I think that flows better than what I was saying earlier, which was Shug-el-bug. Shugelbug, Shugel. Okay. Before I butcher it anymore, let's see what we got going on here. I am a fan of professional wrestling, love gaming and streaming. I've been on YouTube for a couple years on and off. Met and learned from great people in the YouTube community. Much love to you all. Life is ups and downs. Never lost my passion for creating. All right, so you identify what you're interested in, but what you really want to do is communicate what you're specifically going to do content about. Let's see if your interests match what your content is. So looks like commentary about the Punisher, a car vlog, first few games. So gaming. So I feel like this is a lot of gaming on your channel. L Boogie's playthrough. Madden. I'm assuming based on the names of these older videos that they were uploaded directly from a console, because those are very unformatted names there. So I think there's an opportunity here to actually create, to kind of think more about your titles and what your videos are actually about, rather than just doing gameplay videos. And try to think about how people are looking for content to be able to find yours. And then really try to define what you're going to make content about, write it down, add it to your about section, and then stay true to that definition, because that's going to help you grow on YouTube. Also, if your goal is to grow on YouTube, I would eliminate the links to external sites like Twitch and Twitter, and try to keep people focused here on YouTube and what you need to do to grow here. In your channel art, I would try to identify, again, once you've identified what you're making content about, give some information in your channel art so people know what to expect from your channel. Stumped, closing in on 10K. Awesome to hear. Congrats. All right here. All right, for these last ones, I'm going to check if they are still in the live stream. I will do the review. If not, I am about all reviewed out. Swelling Terror. If you are in the live stream, definitely let me know, and we will take a look at your channel. Otherwise, we will move on to the next one on the list. I don't see any recent comments from this channel. But I feel like people literally come in sometimes, ask for their channel review and leave, and then look for their review on live and replay. Not that that's what this person did. I'm just saying. There you are. Awesome. All right. Let's bring up your channel. Swelling Terror. Swelling Terror, not giving me much to work with here in your channel art, so I'm not really sure what your channel is about. Pop in here, variety of interest, including gaming, modding, fixing things. All right, again, if your goal is to grow on YouTube, which I'm assuming it is because you're asking for a channel review, I would try to focus on something rather than everything. Let's see what your videos are actually. A lot of times people express multiple interests and then they kind of settle in. Let's see. Astroneer live stream episode. I have no idea what this is. Are you playing a game here? What is this? I don't know what this is. Okay. So boy, that's an interesting looking game. Huh. All right then. So let's go back and look. So definitely opportunity to make some more interesting thumbnails here. I don't know if you created these or if they are like please stand by. If these are graphics from the game itself, but a lot of repetition there. Just based on the interesting look of that game, I would probably, if anything, use actual screen prints from the gameplay and not these generic repetitive thumbnails that you have here. Playlists, a lot of playlists in there. See if we got them all spread out here on the home page. Create a playlist. Yeah, I would try to actually do the single horizontal playlist, get your individual thumbs displayed, although I would try to get some variety in those thumbnails so you don't end up with a playlist with a bunch of videos that all have the same thumbnail. And again, as you're doing all that, try to think about some branding. Like you have stars in this up here. You have, not really sure what this is an image of. I mean, I see you. It kind of looks like in a vest and a mask. I'm not sure what's going on in there, how it relates to your brand, and whether that's a still print from a game or that's you. I'm not sure. But try to come up with some ideas to get all those things similar to each other, and so people can really understand what your channel's about, why they should care, and what kind of content you're making that would encourage them to subscribe to your channel. All right, is Luna Reacts in the chat? Let's play RC. Have a good night. Wait a moment to see whether or not Luna Reacts is in the live stream or not. Also, while we're at it, is Wizard Wes. Oh, no, wait. We got Wizard Wes. I think I had Wizard Wes up there twice. All right. So, Luna Reacts. There you are. Awesome. Let's bring up your channel and take a look. Luna React. All right. So, I don't know if you can see here. Just this is what I have to deal with. I don't know if you guys saw the picture I posted on my community tab. This guy likes to come and just take over the joint. He thinks he's a parrot, apparently. Right? All right, so I'm going to have a parrot for this channel review. All right, you good there? All right. Don't fall now. Not the most graceful cat. All right, so let's take a look at Luna Reacts. You comfy back there? That's good to know. Okay. All right, so can't really tell what the channel's about by looking at the channel art. Still growing the channel. I would avoid using the Twitter and Facebook links here and actually change that to a subscribe button to give people more opportunities to subscribe to your channel. But in order to do that, you really have to communicate to them what your channel is about. Which you really can't tell up there. I mean, obviously it says reacts, so I'm assuming you're doing some type of reactions, but I think there's an opportunity there to give people some more information about what type of content that it should expect from you. Yo, I'm Luna from Lunakai TV. Here you'll see me react to anime, TV shows, music, and trailers for movies and games. Okay, so we're doing react, reaction. All right, so the first thing I would say, just looking at some of these still prints, I think you have an opportunity to adjust the way you're recording these. If you're going to consistently put what you're reacting to in the lower left-hand corner, I would try to position your camera in such a way that it frames you on the right side of the frame so that you're not running into issues like this, where sometimes you're behind the content that you're actually reacting to. Also, with reactions, you obviously run the risk of copyright issues and concerns, so that's something that you need to be aware of and be versed on how all that plays out and what you need to be prepared for if somebody decides that you're violating their copyright. So, which is, of course, going to vary depending on the individual copyright holder. So like this framing is a little bit better, and I don't know if that's a change that you made after seeing these older ones. But also there is, I don't know what the haze is on this. You might be able to improve your lighting in your videos as well, because the clarity on the image seems like you have an opportunity to improve it. I mean, you can do that with simple lamps, LED lights. You can buy the shop lights at Home Depot, or you can go out and get like an actual softbox light from Amazon or somewhere. But opportunity to improve the lighting there, and like I said, make sure you're not being, covered up by what you're reacting to. Let's take a look here. Oops. Yeah, see, I again, trying to shift how your camera is facing. And ideally, maybe even have your camera a little bit higher than it is there. It's not usually the best look to have your camera below eye level. But you can frame yourself over here, and just makes it easier to interact. Have a good night, Brick Ninja. All right, Slowboat Sailing, welcome to the live stream. All right. So, wow, I think Streamlab or Stream Deck did some kind of update and broke my Stream Deck, so can't share the normal links that I would normally share. But hey, for those of you who may be new to the stream or haven't considered it yet, every month I am doing a giveaway for a free one-on-one video chat with me to do detailed channel review or go over any specific topic related to your channel and how to grow and strategy for your channel and brand. Going to give away one free one every month. To register for that, you go to creatorfundamentals.com/register and register for the Creator Fundamentals mailing list. Completely free to do so. And once a month, I will go into that list and pick out one winner, and you will get that free video chat, one-on-one conversation to look at your channel and help you with strategy or anything else that you're trying to improve on your channel. So if you're not already part of that, definitely go to creatorfundamentals.com/register and check it out. All right. Let's see here. All right, so I think we are pretty much wrapped up for this evening. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. Good time as always. Again, if you are not currently subscribed to the channel and you want to receive future notifications on videos that can help you deliver your value through online video, consider clicking that subscribe button. Hit that thumbs up on your way out. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.